Hey everybody, welcome back. And this video I'm actually really excited about. So far, I've taught you the control over low point, the control over face angle, and now this one is about the club path. I'm going to show you how you can alter your club path wherever you want it. You can go 20 degrees to the right or to the left or straight. It's your choice. It depends what kind of shot you want to hit. So stay with me. This video could change your game forever. Now, if you are one of those golfers that just hits the ball straight, you've got good control over your path, you swing straight at the target, and you've got good control over your face angle as well, you're a straight hitter, then you don't need this video. You don't have to watch it and move on, okay? However, if you're somebody that likes to help family and friends, then you might want to stick around. I'm going to show you the actual control at the end of the video, so that means you've got to put up with me for a little while. So how do you know if your path is not straight? Well, if you're hitting golf balls in the range or on the golf course and your ball starts off line, not right at the target, but to the right or to the left, and you have to curve it back into the target, and you struggle with doing that in a consistent way, then this video is for you, because that means your path is not going straight. You've got too much curve on the ball. The other person that might really benefit from this video is someone that actually uses a launch monitor or goes indoors and plays on a golf simulator, and you notice that path number is always off. Maybe somebody told you swing to the left over the top or under the bottom to the right. And you've gone about trying to change that, but you can't seem to make it move. So this video is for you because I'm going to show you how to put it wherever you want. You know, just a little bit of history with teaching and knowing what the path is. You know, through the 80s coaching golf and 90s and even most of the 2000s, we didn't have the path number. The path number was first invented by TrackMan in 2008, and that was with their TrackMan 2, and that finally measured path correctly along with a bunch of other parameters. Up until then, we just sort of looked at the divot, and we got pretty good at reading the ball flights, even though we found out those were wrong. You know, the fact is we did the best we could, and there was a lot of great players back then. So we had little hacks that we did with path. One was we called the whoosh, which was just the idea that if we swing the golf club and we could see the whoosh of the golf club, we kind of knew which direction we were swinging. If we were under the bottom, swinging to the right, we would look up and we would see that whoosh over there. And of course, we could look up and we could see the whoosh over there. These little simple ideas is how we did it back in the olden days. But in 2008, that all changed because now we actually had a number to go right with that path and we could really start to fine tune it. So what we learned in the first video was that most people try to change their path one of two ways. They either try to swing their golf club more to the left or more to the right, and that actually doesn't work. And the reason is because it changes your low point. Low point is the first parameter. I can't tell you how many people or golfers I know that are trying to swing more from the inside only to hit the ground behind the golf ball. You've just lost your low point. So even though you might be trying to swing in and out, you're not going to do it because you'd missed the golf ball. And the same thing goes for swinging to the left. If you're under the bottom too much and you want to try to swing the golf club to the left, well, then you've just moved your low point way in front of the golf ball. You're not going to attempt to hit the golf ball that way because you're going to miss the golf ball. So that doesn't change your path. The other thing that doesn't change your path is rotating your feet more open or more closed because you're doing it in space, okay? If you're just rotated this way, you're not changing anything because your center is staying in the same place. I could face this direction. I still have to swing straight to the target in order to hit the ball. I could stand this way and I still have to swing the same exact path to hit the ball straight. This doesn't change anything, but those are the two ways that most people try to do it. And that's why I cringe when I see these alignment sticks being used on the driving range. As you know, golfers put these along their toes thinking that's going to fix their path of their golf club, and that is not going to do one thing. So as far as swing path goes, okay, You can use this for other things, but not for swing path. Now I want to give you an indoor demonstration on how much I can move the path of the golf club with the same exact swing. All right, so I've got my path number up there, and I'm going to use the adjustment that I'm going to show you in a moment. I'm going to show you how much I can move the path of the golf club with the same swing. And this should really be an epiphany moment for all of you, because that means that you can move the path wherever you want it. Let's take a look. I'll make it go straight, okay? This is my normal neutral path. See how close I can come. And that was in to out 1.3 degrees. That's pretty good. Now I'm going to try to make the path go to the right into out, but I'm not going to change my golf swing. Now the path number on this one was into out 17.9 degrees. Now I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go out to in, and I'm not going to change my golf swing. And that was an out to in path by 8.4 degrees. That is a massive amount, okay? And I could probably go further. In fact, I know I can go further. I'm not sure if the simulator would actually measure those extreme paths. Now I'm going to go back to neutral. Keep in mind, I'm not changing my golf swing at all. And that is an in to out path by 2.1 degrees. Now, that demonstration should blow you away, because if you're stuck in a particular path, maybe you swing over the top, maybe you're a little to the left, maybe you are too much inside, and that means you're fighting a slice or playing a slice or fighting a draw all the time. And when you can alter your path this much, that means that you can control it. Okay, now let's get into what the control I'm using. Okay, well, you've lasted this long, so here's your control for a path, and it works every time for everyone. Here it is. Here's your new teaching aid right here. 3 easy payments of $199, or you can just go to Kmart and buy it for $2. Okay, it's just a pool noodle. Cut a little bit and a little bit of tape right there. So a little bit of an arc. Maybe I need a name for this. Maybe the path arc or something like that. Every golf teacher should have one of these, because they can get their students swinging straight in no time at all. So this little arc just is along my toes, much like the alignment stick, except it's curved. That curve is essential, because what we do is we move our center around the ball, okay, and that aligns our body or our path more to the left. If I move this direction, now the path is going to the right, but I have to move my center. That means both feet to the right or to the left. And this is much different than just rotating yourself in space. So this line right here, this alignment stick, represents straight to the target. Here I am with the center of this noodle, the middle of my stance, and that represents where the ball is right now. So that would represent straight. Now if I didn't swing straight, maybe I swung a little bit to the left, which is very common. I have a lot of students, when they come to me, they're swinging 10 to 12 degrees to the left. All they would need to do to straighten out their path is move both feet around the arc. How much? Well, we'd explore it. But I'll tell you right now that if you go all the way to the end right here, that's about 20 degrees. Okay, so that would that would be too far. Notice that my ball position stays exactly the same. So it's still in the middle of my stance. I had the opposite problem where I swung the golf club too much underneath and to the right. This would be a golfer that probably has a big draw, or fights a hook, or hits a push straight out to the right. This golfer swings way to the right, so he would move both feet around this way, or around the arc. Ball position stays consistent. always in the middle of the stance here, and now the path moves to the left. Let's show that from a different angle. Remember that the number one impact condition that you must protect is low point, and that means that your ball cannot change relative to your feet. So here we are from this angle. Ball position's in the middle. Okay, hopefully I swing straight from the middle. But what if I don't? Maybe I have a natural swing from the inside. If that's the case, then I would need to move both feet around the arc this direction, and that automatically changes my path more to the left. Now you want to be able to go at least 5 degrees to the left or 5 degrees to the right to play nice draws and fades. But I'll tell you what, if you need to play a trouble shot, okay, where you really need to slice one or hook one around a tree, then you're going to want to go all the way to the end over here, all right, because that's about 20 degrees. I can literally have my path go 20 degrees to the left. On my next shot, I could go 20 degrees to the right with exactly the same golf swing. It's just a different way of looking at it, but it completely works, and this is the control for path. I cannot tell you how many students I can get swinging straight right away after they've been to instructor after instructor trying to work on more of an in to out or more of an out to in golf swing that's just unnatural for them to do. And usually it's because their body wouldn't let them do it for some reason. And here's a forward view right here. So let's just take a look. Okay, that would be a straight stance right there. So I've got this little tape right there, right in the middle of this arc, right in the middle of my stance, and that would be a straight path. And if I just move my body over here around the arc, you can see how the path is changing. That would be about 20 degrees to the left. And as I move my body around the arc, clear over here, and now all of a sudden, that's about 20 degrees to the right. Now, a word of warning, because path is only half of the equation, club face angle is the other. So when you change your path, you're most likely going to need a different club face angle to go along with it. Well, it's time for you to go hit some golf balls, all right? And I'll see you back here. We've got one more of the core impact controls, and that's going to be contact. I can't wait to show you what I got.